Welcome to the Bougie Black Brother Network. Welcome to Rethink Politics, where we discuss politics and all types of governmental issues that affects any and everybody around. Our special long-awaited edition of the Mueller report is finally out. And I'm here with my co-host, E. What's going on, bro?
I'm good. We're about to impeach Trump, right? That's what they're talking about.
That's the talk. You know what I'm saying? That's the talk.
Same old talk. Yeah.
We don't know what reality, the distorted reality that we living under. And our other co-host, Chaz. What's going on, brother?
What's up?
Pew, pew, pew. So, like I said a little earlier, the long-awaited Mueller report has been out, and it seems as though we got like interpretations from everybody and their mother, but I think like-minded people, and it depends on who you talk to, everything says this guy should be impeached. So, I'm going to go with starting with the excerpts or whatever that you heard about the Mueller case, as opposed to what William Barr showed up and said the president is actually totally exonerated from no crimes and he cooperated from day one.
Wait, Mike, I'm not even mad at Barr because he the homie. Because let's say one of your friends get caught cheating and be like, you got it. So there's a whole investigation. Did he cheat? And you're like, shit, he was at the house or so, you know what I'm saying? So we already know that's why he was put in there. Like, he was put in there.
Man. He wanted a homie, so he's not going to rat out the...
Exactly. So we already know what his real is. You're not going to give us real information.
But I'm still going with what is the right thing. Now, maybe I'm still naive to think that we're going to get some people who's taking a position that would do the right thing. I think you're right. I mean, you're absolutely right. I'm just hoping that it was going to be something a little better. But again, my naivete is, doesn't matter. He was put there for that purpose. But reading through a lot of this, it was a couple of things that I just thought was fucking hilarious. When your boy said, "Oh my God, this is the end of my presidency. I'm fucked." So why would an innocent person say I'm fucked? You know what I'm saying? When you put somebody in place to do the investigation. The other one was his lawyer. What's that, McGahn?
Yeah, McGahn.
Yeah, and he said, "Look, dude, I'm quitting right now because he wants me to do crazy shit." Who says someone wants me to do crazy shit? Not illegal stuff or things that's wrong. He said crazy shit. So could you imagine the stuff that this motherfucker was telling him? And McGahn, they was like, that's the first people Congress want to talk to. That dude right there. Because we took his quote and wanted to go from there. But with all that said and done, I'll start with you, Chaz. What is your feel about this Mueller report and where it would go?
My feel?
Just your feel. I'm not saying logically. I'm not saying even legally. Because I think a lot of that is going out the window. So, because we've been trying to think logical and legally for months. But what is your feel about this?
Yeah. So my feeling is it a smoking gun? You know what I'm saying? Is it, to be honest, I imagine it feels like people who don't like Michael Jackson. Like, wait a minute.
Damn.
I don't know if I could sleeping in bed. Wait a minute, but did he do anything? Okay. Now, obviously, Trump was fucked up. So it's not the same thing, obviously. Mm-hmm. But Trump was saved by his people not doing the things he told him to do. So it's one of those things where I'm like, it'd be great just to get that black and white, objective, explicit charge, or you know what I'm saying. So, but there's
enough. One of the attorney generals well, not attorney general, but I think one of the state attorney general was clearly kept telling everybody it's not the fact that it was done, it was the intent. Like if you're attempting to rob a store, but you don't actually go through it because someone stops you from doing it, that is still attempted robbery. So
I get that.
So they're saying the obstruction isn't because it was done. The obstruction was a plan to do it.
So check this out. I think you in late 90s, Lindsey Graham agrees. You know what I'm saying?
Late 90s.
But you know what I'm saying? I think 2019, Lindsey Graham, his whole sass changed. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But he's so far up his ass, so he's already changed his.
Yeah.
But isn't it more than that though? Isn't it more about the Republicans have to like the question is, what does it take for the Republicans to finally be like, all right, okay, we need to.
But the Republicans ain't shit. The Republicans ain't shit. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it reminds me of rap. So what is real rap and what is trash? So what would it take for rap people to be like, okay, you gone too far? So you know all that mumble rap shit. Mm-hmm. So you know it's kind of like, to me it's like the same thing with Republicans. Is they're gonna keep going to these shows, kind of like rap fans. Mm-hmm. Young Thug is hot. Lil Xan, all these people.
Money is votes. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's how's it, you know what I mean? I draw them in the same parallel because I can't listen to a lot of new rap anymore.
No.
But a lot of people enjoy it. So if I'm a Republican, I say, I enjoy this shit. If you don't like it, you don't get it, man. But instead of young people saying it, it's people who are like in their 80s. So
right.
It's like the reverse. So I don't. I guess just to summarize, I walk away. I feel good knowing we're not crazy. Number one, obviously, there was some shit going on, but the lack of a explicit, guilty is like because in this climate, without that explicit charge, people are gonna basically what's happening now. Mm-hmm. What do we do? Where's the line? Impeach, not impeach. Right. The tips are going to fall, and it's going to fall in a, not clean, funky way. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Yeah.
So what about you, E? I mean, and again, I'm going to ask the same question the same way. Not legally and not logically. What is your feel about this Mueller report, and where is it going?
It really, it feels kind of incomplete, It feels like Barr came in and tried to tell us the way we need to feel about it, before anyone even read the damn thing, you know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like, okay, like the idiots or the ignorant, is what I should say, the ignorant people in this country are going to hear what Barr says, the Attorney General, and be like, okay, all right, so that's the way I need to feel. Yeah, and then they check out, that's kind of how Trump voters work, But then now what's happening is people are breaking it down, they're reading it, and we're starting to hear stories. And the more you hear about it, it's pretty much everything that Trump said that was fake news is actually real news. It's actually the truth.
Right.
But the problem is that, you got the Trump voters that think everything that Barr said in the beginning is the truth. So it's the lies and the truths, but at the end of the day, for me, I just think it's I don't know, it just feels incomplete because it's like, all right, cool, everything they're saying is what we already knew. So it's like, what the fuck are we gonna do about it? Like,
yep.
So it's like, how do I feel? It feels incomplete because Democrats are, what's the plan? I can't do shit. I'm not voting for anything. It's the people that we put in the office. What are y'all gonna do about it? But are we gonna have to wait for some? Are we just gonna have to wait till 2020, or are you guys actually gonna do something this year about this? And
but they're
undecided. I kind of lost hope a long time ago.
The Democrats are undecided because they don't even know what they want to do.
Yeah, I think they do. I think some of them do, but I think they're afraid. I think some of them are just, they want to be president. They're trying to get the campaign going, so they're trying to make calculated decisions. While the only person that actually, has the balls to do anything is Warren.
Yeah, Elizabeth Warren.
She's just like, fuck it, yeah. she broke it down, but it's like, yeah, you would want to impeach somebody that does the things that he did, and there's actual investigations for it.
Yeah, but that means you're politicizing treason. You're politicizing an impeachable offense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the way she feels, and that's the way she believes in. But I believe in her. You know what I mean? It's a judgment call.
She's right.
I mean, it could jeopardize her whole campaign,
but the climate right now. I'm gonna go back to your point because I've heard this on a lot of talking head shows too. Is they said under any other circumstance, this president would have been gone months ago. Gone. I mean, just gone. It wasn't anything that they would be talking about. It would have been gone. Under these climates and the conditions that we're under, we're trying to say, how can we be careful to make sure we get him out? So it's when I said they're undecided, there's a group that says we want to do it, and there's a group that says hold on, and then there's a group that says, but I'm running, so don't put that out there because you're going to hurt me running. So they're all splintered in a way to not. They don't know which way to go.
But the Pelosi's, you got to put that in there.
But
she's not running. But
not even that. I bring this up every time. So again, let's just play devil's advocate. If I'm a Trump voter, what does this change for me? How do I feel different? Do I not vote for him in 2020 because of the Mueller report?
No. If I was a Trump supporter, no. And I mean Trump supporter, not who voted for Trump. There's a difference between the two. A person who voted for Trump.
But there's a lot of overlap, though.
Yeah, but the overlap is kind of falling off because what they expected to get, they didn't get. Because they wanted change for this guy to just push the political thing away. And he's playing more fucking kingdom and shit more than anything else. So they're not getting what they want. They're losing their jobs. The farmers who thought he was going to bring jobs to them, they didn't do that. He's fucking with China, but he showed up strong, but didn't realize that the people who were selling to China is really getting affected, as well as the imports that's coming in. So they're saying, but that was dumb. No, but you expected him to do that because a false narrative y'all ran under. But the true Trump supporter, which is that 30-something%, is not going to change based on any damn report. That they're just not. He has that locked down. So the only thing you want is the people who voted for him that wanted change, as opposed to a true supporter. So that's the way I feel. I really feel let me just rephrase that. I'm thinking like E. It's like it's so incomplete is because you want the smoking gun. Because you don't think if you try anything other than a smoking gun, you're going to lose. Because we've been losing with everything. And we thought we had enough smoking guns, but it wasn't good enough. We need to have him like red-handed. Then we can start saying impeachment. But I don't think you'll ever get that.
I don't even think he needs to get caught with anything. I don't think red-handed works. I believe him when he says he shoots somebody in the middle of New York or Times Square, whatever he said. Nothing's gonna happen. Like it's gonna have to be somebody in Congress, somebody else that's in office to fix this. That's how this is gonna work. Otherwise, we just have to vote him out in 2020. Like those are the only two ways this is gonna happen or get fixed. I don't think he's going to jail, and if he is, it's when he's out of office.
But you got to get him out of office.
Yeah, I mean, look, if we want to go further, I don't think he's going to win in 2020. That's another conversation because I think another Republican's going to beat him out, believe it or not. That's what I think, but that's another conversation. But I think there's only two ways that this Mueller report isn't going to do anything other than force the Democrats' hands to do something. That's it. That's it. I don't think the Republicans feel like they need to do anything. It's just the report came out. It's pretty much what they already knew, but they were trying to, be loyal to Trump. But there's nothing for them to do. And then it's like the Democrats, they're overthinking it. It's just fucking try to impeach him. Like, just go all in and be like, this dude is a clown. Here's the reasons why. And then you start your subpoenas and go in. Like, But I don't understand why they're hesitating. You got these old people like Pelosi going in saying, I don't think it's necessary. It's like, yo, shut the fuck up. How about you just let people do what they need to do? And then when they fail, you say, I told them behind the scenes not to. It's like, why are you going publicly saying we shouldn't do it? Like, it's just what the Democrats are just proving everything that we already thought, that they're not all on the same page.
Yep.
You know?
And everybody, you got different people with different agendas. And that's the worst part that's going on. That's why you have so many people jumping in running for president, because they don't like what the other person is doing. They think they can do better than the other person that ran. Well, I'm a little different because dude, if y'all don't have the same agenda, you're going to have 30 goddamn people running. That's to me, that's ridiculous. It's and some other new white guy came in. I was like, who the hell is he?
The Peter dude, yeah.
No, not Peter. There's another guy that came out just recently, like 2 days
starts
ago.
Starts with a B. Yeah. Was he the one that was saying that, not the Bernie quote, but the opposite. He was saying you're in prison. People in prison shouldn't be allowed to vote.
That was Pete Buttigieg, you know.
Oh, that dude. He's not new?
No, he's not. He joined in a couple of weeks ago. I'm saying like Sunday. Like some dude was like either Sunday or Saturday. He jumped in the race. And I'm like, who the fuck are these people? And
how many are there now? There's got to be like 30.
I think it's about close to 26 or better. It's a lot of damn people, man. And that makes the Democratic Party looks really fucked up. Because that means no one has
divided,
the same.
Yeah.
They're so divided or so arrogant that they're better than the next person that they can't even follow someone else. Their ideas are better than who's actually running. And I'm like, that's a bad look. You know what I mean? I mean, it'll get down sooner or later, but look what it looks like going up there. You got voters is like, I never even heard of this guy. I'm only looking at I'm waiting on Biden, and I do like Beto, but everybody else, I just got to hear what they got to say. And if they're not saying shit, it's kind of people going to still be confused, and they're going to go with name recognition.
Yeah,
which is terrible. But I put in, and let's jump out of there. We put in that my feeling is they're not going to do anything, and it's not going to be enough. But I think the real thing is what E said. You got some Republicans that's going to run for president. Now, the one thing that it can do, if they don't beat him, they can hurt him. Because he's focusing on his own party to support him. And by the time it's time to run, he already fragmented other Republicans that would have stood by him and said, well, that's a better Republican that I would rather be with. So I think, was it Kasich? That's a guy that people should have followed him before. But I think he has a better advantage now because he's a true Republican, as opposed to this guy who says he's a Republican, but he's actually a king. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know about. I like Kasich. I even said if he was to run last time or win last time on the Republican side, like he's one of the few people that I might have thought I don't know, Kasich, Hillary. You know, obviously I want to win Hillary, but you know what I'm saying. It would have been that first time. I'm like, I don't know, they kind of have a decent candidate, but he barely even won his own primaries or the whole Republican side because him and Trump are on totally different sides.
Yep.
So it makes me think in 2020 it's going to be the same thing. I think Trump will run again, but then it's going to be the Paul Ryans and then it's going to be the Marco Rubios, those kind of faces that's just going to make Kasich fall down, So those are the heads I'm worried about.
I don't think they're running. I think they're too afraid to run.
You think so? I think now's the time. This is the perfect time, I think. I don't think. Well, I mean, I see what you're saying. If Trump runs, then they don't want to get into it.
Exactly. So if you don't have any momentum with the Republican Party to say, let's recover who we truly are, I don't think they can run on anything other than almost a Democratic platform of a Republican. What you think about that, Chad?
I mean, The fact that we're even having this conversation, I'm kind of like all this. Okay, here's analogy time, but it's okay. Like the Lakers, everybody's like, "Oh, what's the Lakers gonna do?" Oh, LeBron, the draft, NFL draft, who are gonna pick? Like until it happens, there's strategy to a degree, but I'm kind of like, there's too much. To me, there's such thing as too much analysis. You know what I mean? I'm kind of
paralysis. Yep.
Like let the chips fall, but until the actual primary start, like look how far we're out. Like it's literally been a 2-year cycle. It's exhausting.
Yep, it is.
So I'm taking the opposite side of. We don't have a new Obama.
Nope.
You know,
we were looking.
We
for
really
it.
don't have a Bill Clinton-ish. We have Joe, and Joe, Joe's kind of like a Chick-fil-A-ish. Kind of like, hey, you know what? I don't like, this is gonna be pretty much safe bet. So I fuck with Chick-fil-A just because I know what I'm gonna get.
It's a little safer. It's a little safer, right?
I wouldn't say Chick-fil-A.
Okay, who's
that's the spot. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
So that's my point. You know what I'm saying? All right, Joe Biden is the hood wing spot. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes you're like, God, you're doing the most right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. so I'm kind of in this bitch like, I'm just kind of like, you know what? They already know what the drill is. They're gonna go to these states with the primaries, and then usually in the first couple of states, that's where in the primary that's where it starts. So, right now it's just too. I'm gonna let once they come to Georgia, I'll pay attention, but I don't see anybody I really want to donate to.
Right, not yet.
And I'm not gonna care until they come to the state. So I'm kind of like,
wait and see.
You know what I mean? So I'm really more curious on the Republican side.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we talk about the Republicans, and I'm gonna put it in a perspective of the strategy is to beat Trump. The tactics is who can beat Trump, whether they're Republican or Democrat. The one true strategy is to beat him. So I'm looking at where's the support that's going to come from the Republican side, because that's where the momentum hits in, because he has to be distracted so we can get a clean candidate for the Democrat side. But if he's not, he's so low down and dirty and raw that he's going to start talking about gay issues. He's going to talk about women and she's got red and just really gross type shit that people be like, damn, this dude is fucked up, but I like he's strong. He steps up. But if he has a break in his own party, that's going to splinter that, and he's going to come into the primaries a little weaker than just dealing with the Democrats. So I'm really hoping that strong Republicans go against him as opposed to the run-of-the-mill people that he's already dealt with already. Because he really didn't attack Kasich. He attacked the weakest guys that was in the Senate and everything. And the other Republican is from Massachusetts, but he's a former governor from that who had some good policy things that he was there. I was trying to look up and see what he did, but all I had was like, just some bullets. But until they officially say, I'm going after this dude, like you said, I got to wait and see. I don't know if you're going into the draft or not. But until you get into the draft, then I'm going to be looking at you because I need you to go to this team or how good he is. But I think one of the good tactics is to see where the Republicans show up to go against them.
But until that happens, that's kind of my point. So it's kind of like, what free agent is going to go to the Lakers? Until the shit happens, until the primaries start, how much? So, okay, here's a question then. All right. So if I'm on the other side, if I'm a Democrat, should I say, fuck the Dems, fuck the liberals right now. Let me pay attention to the Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
Let me donate to a strong Republican opponent against Trump. Would that be a better strategy?
No.
Okay, so if I'm on the left, why should I give a fuck about the right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still too early on both sides to even. I'm just so. I guess I'm a little over it. You know what I mean?
So I get the old analogy or the old cliche.
Yeah, what is it?
the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
It's my friend, right?
So that's how I look at it.
So you are going to pay attention to the Republican primaries.
I am.
Well, and are you going to donate though? Like,
I don't know about donation wise.
I mean, that's what I mean.
See, I don't know. Yeah, because that's a little extreme for me.
You gonna vote?
I don't just give my money there. I can't have a double vote. I'm trying to find out that in some places,
in Georgia.
Yeah, in Georgia, I think you either one or the other.
Yeah.
Some states you can go, hey, is voting open? Go vote. Voting open again? Go vote. You can vote
exactly.
When the open window is. You can switch parties at will. I don't think you can do that in Georgia.
And I think that's how it should be, but that's the South. It's just, how can I be excited living in the South? We talked about this before. It's just such a, it's just old. Motherfucker just, literally the pedophile almost won in Alabama.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. If people didn't actually get up out of their damn home and actually vote, he would have won.
You know what I'm saying?
And it was close.
I was gonna make a Luke Walton joke, but I ain't gonna do it.
Nah.
It wasn't. He's not a pedophile. He's. I don't know. We'll let the justice system do its thing. But anyway,
take care of that, right?
But you see my point. I'm just kind of like
I feel you.
I'm a little. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, you're a little indifferent. You got an opinion, but it's like we really don't have any control right now.
Right. So let's wait for the chips to fall. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't really know who's coming, who's stepping up. But then at the same time, it's weird because it's like you're still in the draft process. It's more like football right now. It's more like, okay, can we get the draft going? And then in the draft going, then you have to kind of develop whoever that person is. So we're kind of in that. Who are we picking right now? Like who are these candidates? And because where they are right now might not be the same person they are at the end of the year.
Yeah.
But I mean, to a degree, I mean, top two right now is going to be Joe and Bernie.
I'm not a fan of Joe like that. I don't hate him.
He's polling right now. The polling. That's all I'm saying.
But he's just polling on just being him, Biden. He's not polling on anything else. Bernie is polling on what he does,
policy.
Yeah.
I just feel like Joe, and even Bernie.
They're old.
They're old, but it's almost like I feel like we could do better. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Let's pivot. Pivot.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to go old, who are you looking at right now?
Because I'm not. It's not even an old thing. For Biden, I feel like Biden's been in the game for a minute. And I don't mean just in politics. I mean, he was running for president.
Yep.
He's done it multiple times and has failed. To the point that Obama was just like, I know you've been running and I like you and like what you're about, be my VP. You know what I'm saying? And then he was just like, yes. So what I'm saying is I think making him be president, because I like to jump straight to what he wants to do and what it will be.
Right.
I don't know if he is that for me. I mean, I don't even know what he was other than like a really good backbone for Obama. You know what I'm saying? When he was in, I just don't see Joe as like the leader, and I'm following him. That's kind of the way I feel about it with Biden. No. Like him, but that's what it is with him.
So
I just feel like there's got to be somebody else better than that.
So I'm gonna tell you what he feels like, and what the policy, the just people are making it feel like. They making it feel like a Hillary. It's his time. He lost these couple of times. Let's give him an opportunity. He's the guy that should be the president. Like they want to owe it to him. And I think that's the wrong thing to do under this climate. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not we're moving toward policy. Some people are saying, I don't even want to talk about impeachment because we want to talk about health care. Fuck that impeachment shit. I want to talk about gun violence. I don't want to talk about this. And you got these candidates. Yeah, well, that's just one additional. Because in order to get a vote from someone, I don't think people have impeachment in front. They're saying, I don't have good health care. And they're starting to take it away because I had Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act. I had it. And now they're trying to take this away. You need to help me with that.
Can I jump in real quick?
Go ahead.
Mike, all right, see, so that's where I think the problem is the messaging. It's almost like when I talk to my wife and we have a disagreement on whatever, and she gets upset because she thinks that I'm not paying attention to what she's saying. But the fact is, I'm just not acknowledging what she's saying, right? I'm just not saying, I hear you with that, and also I think we should do this too.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, I think what the Democrats are doing is they're ignoring what the voters want. So I want them to impeach. Say that you're going to impeach, and then also say that you're going to help on gun violence, and also say that you're going to fix healthcare.
Okay.
Say all of that. You know what I'm saying? That's what Obama was great at. He was good at messaging and speaking to me and speaking to us, and he knew how to juggle, and he knew how to transition, and he knew how to just to acknowledge what the fuck that I want. And I think that's the problem. So you have the Pelosi's saying, nah, I'm not going to impeach, but we need to talk about this gun violence. And it's like, yo, what the fuck? Like no, right now you need to talk about this impeach, but then we can get into the gun violence too at the end of your sentence. It's all, you are the person that speaks for me. And when you don't acknowledge what I'm saying, you're losing me, because I need somebody that can talk to me and speaks my language, so I understand. I make sure that, because, okay, all right, I know I'm talking, but if you have 30 candidates, right, if you have 30 candidates, right, and your message doesn't say what I want you to do, then I'm skipping you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you need to say everything that I want you to do. I know that sounds like maybe I'm being cocky or maybe, well, I'm asking for too much. But no, why don't you just say, oh, yeah, I want to impeach that dude, but then I also want to do this. And I also want to do this. And I'm ready to go down and do that. And that's the only person that's doing that right now is Elizabeth Warren. She's the only one that's able to say all that shit. I'm not so on her, but that's what I'm trying to say. That you need to acknowledge everything that we need to do. Stop ignoring what we want. That's all I'm saying.
But how is she polling? So even though you're saying that, how is she polling?
Oh, so you know what? Is she the Democrats' John Kasich?
Yeah, because remember, the John Kasich was saying all the right things, but people just didn't give a damn about him.
Yeah, because he was too cool with the other side. That's all. But she's like,
okay, but that's a people thing. But no, so I hear you. I totally get that. And you got all of these Beto's and Mayor Pete who's saying, hey, look, I got all the qualifications, but I'm gay too. I was in the military. I've run a small town. I'm a Harvard grad or one of them. He's got all the checkoffs, but he's also gay, and he can really articulate some things, but he's not sticking to policies and things that he will do. He's really not addressing that. He's trying to address, let's come together as a nation. And it was like, I don't need to come together if we come together and I don't have health care. I don't need to come together if you're going to allow this guy another 4 years because you're trying to embrace people and not trying to impeach his ass. So, yeah, I agree with that point. And Elizabeth Warren sticks to that. And even though maybe her policies she's presenting is kind of like, man, that's kind of outrageous. We can't do that. Don't matter. She's still saying it. She's like, I don't give a fuck. We need to do it. Yeah. So
she knows how to move on. She knows how to say it and then move on. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's the problem. Somebody says it and then they're like, oh, they said the thing. And then they try to fill out the pulse of what people are saying, and they're like, nah, I'm not gonna touch that. And they just, that's what I think Kamala Harris does, or Cory Booker.
Yeah.
Because I've been focusing on them two a little bit, and I'm not sure how I feel about her right now, because Kamala, I like her up front.
But she's pivoting a lot. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and she's losing me right now too.
Yeah,
she does that.
Oh, talking about Harris?
Kamala, yeah.
If
you listen to her, so I was trying to get opportunities because I don't get to see her get a lot of airtime, but when she does, she's kind of going back with some things she was saying earlier, some things that she said she believed in. She's starting to sound different. Remember, you just said that. The person who they start off with isn't necessarily going to be the person they finish off with. I think she's starting to adjust her message, and I don't know if that's a good thing. Elizabeth Warren hasn't adjusted hers. She was like, oh, sorry, but I'm still doing this. I'm still going to say that. And I'm like, you got to fucking respect that. But she's not polling well.
Yeah.
Well, hold on, Chad. You like Kamala Harris, or feel like you had something to say?
No. I was just surprised that she switched up. Like, I've been more so just keeping up with just general politics, but from a level of just high level. The actual presidential campaign stuff, I've just I guess I understand why Obama is so special. You know what I'm saying? How that run,
exactly.
The speeches, it was just so like, this dude is, he's a magnetic, and unfortunately, it's a visual game. It's a not only do you have to be good at your job, you have to, you gotta
look the part.
Yeah, you gotta have the aesthetics.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Chris Christie.
People gravitate toward that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So Chris Christie's probably, he probably couldn't run for president if he wasn't so dirty.
Yep. Also
he's
fat.
an asshole. That's the problem.
No, but and then he gives the look of, being stereotypical. Most people see people that's overweight in that way is kind of like, man, he can't even take care of himself. How is he going to do this? You know what I'm saying? So the aesthetics of people is kind of like that. But Trump was a bit arrogant, confident businessman.
Fake billionaire.
Yeah, but he played the role to the hilt. That's why he won. He didn't win because he was the most capable person. He won because he showed something to people that they felt that, I'm going to need a guy like that to make the change. But he's never made a good change.
He was authentic too. Don't forget that part. Like that was
he's authentic.
He was well, yeah. And then don't
authentic asshole.
Confuse that with the truth. He was just himself, which is an asshole, which is a liar, which is a businessman, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. But he was just himself, which is what I'd like someone like Kamala Harris to be, and some of these.
Yeah.
I don't know if all the Democrats are fake. It's just I think they're too calculated right now. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know if the word is fake. It's just
safe, maybe.
Yeah, that's a
safe
better word.
Or political. How about that?
So that it's kind of like you watch a movie and you're like, oh, I thought they was gonna go there, and they don't. Like that was it's safe. It's like, oh, you're going for the family, but I thought she was gonna like. That's why people like the Dark Knight, like in the Dark Knight movie, motherfuckers getting killed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They were seriously getting killed.
Yeah, it wasn't like no. Oh well, everyone lives. No. Motherfuckers you gotta go.
You gotta go.
Yeah. So it's kind of like who's gonna draw the line in the sand and make a stand. I don't know. It's the word is uninspiring. It's just a very kind of.
Yeah, that's a good word. That's exactly a good word.
Because people I don't want to diminish Bernie, but for me, just from a logic perspective, hey, I'm gonna change the system. Okay, who's gonna be the leader to change the system? Mm-hmm. The dude who's been part of the system for like 40 years. Oh, that's your guy. Like if you tell that to anybody else, hey, Russia's gonna hire a new leader. Oh, where did they come from? Oh, they just been part of the government for the last 40 years. That's gonna sound crazy.
Agent.
So it's kind of. I mean, again, that's why Obama was just such a. You just gotta damn, that was lightning in a bottle because. Dude, he just wasn't that old when he ran. It wasn't that, it's how can you replicate that? It's kind of like, we got some guy who's outsider, but look how corrupt look how dirty Trump is, how inept, how incompetent people around him are. He's just,
but he put him there.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of like, I asked the opposite question. Why would I be engaged at this point?
So the two people that was seemingly inspirational is Beto and Mayor Pete.
Oh, Beto fucking crashed and burned, didn't
he? Exactly. Because I haven't heard anything, and so he was just a. It was a feel good moment for him. You know what I mean? And people was like, "Oh, he's so refreshing," but then you saw he was an empty suit because it was kind of like, he shows a really good difference but what is he talking about? He wasn't talking about shit. He's just meeting and greeting motherfuckers, and there you go. Now, on the other hand, Mayor Pete, I've heard him twice, and the guy's pretty good. I'm just saying, can he win, though? You know what I mean? And where's his policy people that's with him? Because just because you ran a small town in Indiana,
talking about Beat a Bug?
Buttigieg.
What's his name?
Buttigieg.
Nah.
Yeah. No, so I'm going to be honest. You need to listen to him when they're actually interviewing him. He was even on what was it? Bill Maher. That was a really good conversation with him. He was on a couple of people on MSNBC besides Rachel, but he was able to answer the hard questions and was able to move on. But again, they're not saying what policies and what is the way of getting the policies done. None of them are really doing that other than a Bernie and Elizabeth Warren. And I don't even think if Biden got in, because he's going on strictly charisma and name recognition. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'll give you a back rub.
You make Biden sound like a brand. That motherfucker has no quality, motherfucker. But like Delta.
But what did he do? Hey, what Delta, did he do though? You know, even as a vice president, which vice presidents really doesn't do much anything anyway. But I didn't think he brought value. I think he was a placeholder, which was cool, but you know, I don't know. I just got to see when he's going up against the people that's out there. And I'm just very disappointed in Kamala. I really didn't have too much confidence in Beto. And all these other people, I just don't know who the hell they are. I mean, yeah, you was in Congress. Yeah, you was a senator. I don't have that much confidence in them because they're just have their own agendas. And their agendas doesn't even seem to be in line with, like what you said, E. Here's the things that I want. Here's the things I want to see. And you haven't even said that yet. So why would I even listen to you?
Right. That's how you get faded out with all these different candidates. I need to hear, like, that's just step one. No, that's the problem. Like, that's just step one. Let me hear the things that I want to hear, because if you're going to be my president, I want to make sure you even can acknowledge the fact that, one, that I'm here, because what I believe in, you know, that's just like, because if you will go to Trump doesn't acknowledge anything that we fucking care about.
Nope.
At all. Nope. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be that as a Democrat, then you're not helping the problem. You're not fixing anything. If you don't acknowledge what we need or what we want, then to me, you don't get it. You don't understand. That's not what your policies are going to be. So when these Democrats aren't mentioning that, and I need to look up this dude Buttigieg.
Buttigieg.
I don't know, Buddy.
Mayor Pete. That's what they
Mayor
call
Buddy. Mayor B. Yeah. So when I want to hear what he has to say, but I don't really hear anybody really speaking up, and really just saying everything on a consistent basis, because that's what Kamala Harris was doing. Mm-hmm. And then she kind of changed her messaging, almost as if now I think about it, it's almost as if the Mueller report came out the blue to her, and she was like, "Oh wait, that doesn't fit my schedule. I was trying to adjust," and then she didn't know what to say. And
instead of just being yourself, you know what I'm saying?
Like, what do you really think? Like, oh shit, like boom, this landed on your desk right now. Okay, mic in your face. What do you think about this Mueller report? You know what I mean? Like how we're doing right now. Like, how do you really feel about it? And she should be like, I'm disappointed in that. I mean, if it was up to me, after she just say I'd impeach his ass. But it's just, obviously I don't know, man. They're just too safe and calculated, and just I don't know, man. That's kind of where I'm at with all the candidates. So if somebody new comes out, like this guy you just mentioned, Mayor B, and he's saying everything, then I'll listen.
Right. So if you get an opportunity, I think it was the 2 episodes back of Bill Maher, and he's on the front end. He's not on the panel. So you can take a listen to that portion that he talked to, and then take that and say he has that same kind of message as he going on. He's been attacked by being gay, and he rode with it so cleanly that I'm like, wow, that was a good defense mechanism of brushing that off and getting back on topic. So it's like he's already been through it before, so it doesn't matter where it comes from. But I think the repetitiveness and the racism and the homophobia and these people who will kill you for that, this is a whole nother thing than just being in one city. This is bigger than that. So, that's why I don't feel real confident with him. But again, no one is really, really highlighting. And that's the most frustrating thing for me is the Mueller report didn't convict the guy, and there's nobody that's standing out in the Democratic Party to take that other than Elizabeth Warren and say, no, it's obvious that we got to impeach him. What are we talking about? That's it. And you don't really feel confident that they was going to follow that either. So there's another uncomfortable feeling that's going on with politics again. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to talk with y'all, because I still feel like this guy's going to get away with this, and the only way we're going to get him out is to vote him out.
Exactly.
So we're going to dive back into another segment, part 2. We'll get back to what's left of what's going on in our government issues and a couple of other little highlights that I know we wanted to talk about. See you next time.